And most importantly, brothers and sisters, and I'm going to say this whether the sisters or the brothers get mad or not, this is one of the wisdoms of polygyny. It's one of the wisdoms of plural marriages for situations like this. There are many wisdoms in plural marriages, but we are not afraid to speak the truth. As Allah, Wallahu la yastahi min al-haq, Allah is not too shy from the truth. And we don't say that polygyny is only made to have more in-laws. Or polygyny is only made to keep more relations with people, the qaba'il. Polygyny is only made to take care of more women. Polygyny is a rule for widows or for old women or women who only have one leg and women that are blind and women that are, no one would marry them. That's wrong. Are those things from the wisdoms of polygyny? Yes. Yes. A woman to be by herself, no one to protect her, no one to provide for her. She can't get married and another brother says, I'll marry you. But every type or all acts of polygyny isn't charity. That's wrong, and that's a crime against Allah and His Messenger to say that. A man can marry another woman equally beautiful, if not more beautiful, than his first wife. A man is allowed to marry a woman and to say, I'm pleased with my wife, I love her. She's a wonderful woman, but I want another woman. That is not haram, and that's not makruh. That interpretation and that tafsir is from the enemies of Islam. And that has crept into the minds of Muslim scholars who say that. Of course, there's wisdom in polygyny, which is not just lustful. But if a man had lustful intention and he wanted to fulfill it in the halal way, he can do what? He get married. And from the wisdoms of polygyny, please be a little patient. From the wisdoms is that it's a balance for everyone. It's a balance for everyone. If a man has strong desires, and his first wife is not enough for him. And it doesn't mean she's a bad woman, or she's lacking, or she's ugly. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. He has desires, and he needs more fulfillment. He marries another woman, or would you prefer for him to make zina? To sleep with a woman in the street? Which one would you prefer? Would you want to have a girlfriend? Would you want to have someone that you're sleeping with at work, the secretary, or a Muslimah who prays and covers and fasts, and she's clean and chaste? This is a serious question that women have to ask themselves. Which one would you prefer? There's no way that your husband is going to suffice himself sexually just with you. He told you that and he has showed you that. So which one would you like? Sister Fulana that you know, she's a clean woman, or some whore in the street? Ask yourself the question. Also, another very important part of balance is that if a man only sees you every other night or 2 nights out of the week, or every week, however your arrangement is of polygyny, what are the chances that you're going to give him a very, very hard time and talk smart to him and say, you do it yourself. I'm not cooking you anything. Leave me alone. You do it. I'm tired of this. I'm fed up. What are the chances of that? That's a real serious question. If I came to Stockton every week, Fahmi, how excited would the people be? If I kept coming, they'd say he's not a guest anymore. The more that you see me, the more that you're around me, the less your what? Your value and your appreciation is. And people become spoiled. It's a reality. But I'm only coming once a year. I'm only coming once every 6 months. I'm only coming once every 3 months. It's a different story now. So if there's a woman and she refuses to give her husband the necessary intercourse or necessary love and attention, and he takes on another wife, one or two things are going to take place. Either she's going to become worse. I don't care who you marry. I'm not sleeping with you. And that's not the way of a mu'minah. Or she's going to say, oh man, oh snaps. He got another wife now. I now am forced to do what? I got to step up my game. There's another woman that he's going to see. Maybe she cooks better than me. Maybe she has better hair than me. Maybe she's more polite and respectful and obedient to him. She's going to take that into consideration if she's an intellectual believing woman. And that's for the sheer concept of competition. The sheer concept of competition. Everyone understand this or not? That is a reality. A man gets divorced from a woman. There's a child between the two. 1 week with the father, 1 week with the mother. The mother, the father, the shared custody. They're going to take their children to the movies. They're going to take them to the candy store and take them to the toy store. They're going to try to be as nice and sweet as possible and not to be mean to the child. Why? Because of what?
They can get the motivation from the child who is them.
No doubt. Mommy doesn't say, I can't do this. Mommy doesn't say no. Mommy doesn't say sit down. Mommy doesn't say we can't have candy. You're going to get your act together because you know your time with your child is what? Limited. And there is a clear what? Rival and opponent. Sheikh Ahmed, ma'qul or not? It may be harsh to swallow, but this is reality. I will say, I'm making this up. You live in the same household, you may not treat your kids the same way. I'm tired, I gotta go to work, I don't have no extra money. I only see them on the weekend. You're going to make sure that you realize that there's now competition. Who do you like most, me or your father? It's reality. When you become of age, who you want to live with, me or your father? It's real. And people, they know that there's time and attention and love and affection, and they're going to make sure that they step up their game. This is the human nature. We can accept it and embrace it, or we can live in la-la land and live in a fantasy land. And this is what Allah says, Inna Rabbaka, indeed your Lord, what? He is all-knowing, all-wise. He's all-wise, He's all-knowing. He's khabir. Ala ya'lamu man khalaq. Wa huwa latif al-khabir. The one who created, doesn't He know what makes the human beings tick and function? So that's the bottom line, guys. There are many wisdoms in polygyny. We can accept them and embrace them, or we can act like they don't exist, and that's not true, and you only do this and you only do that, and we'll all stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment.